Hello everybody. Today we will take a look at my Orient Bambino. This is the Orient Bambino Generation 2 version 3. Yep, it might be a little bit confusing for some of you guys because there's this generation and version. So I will try my best to explain the difference between generations and version here. This is so-called a Generation 2 because it has an upgraded movement. On the previous Generation 1 Bambino, the movement is not hackable and non-hand-windable. But for this Generation 2, it's actually hand-windable. Right? You can hear that. And it's hackable. Hackable meaning that when you pull the crown all the way out, the second hands will stop. You can see. The Generation 2 movement, the caliber number is F6724, just for your information for that. And now let's talk about version. So version is mostly referring to the dial design and maybe some slight case variation. So for this, it's version 3. Version 3, it's sort of like a Bauhaus kind of design where it's quite minimalistic. As you can see, only the markers on the 12, 9 and 6 are applied, and for the rest it's just painted on. Alright, so this is version 3. And on some versions, not only the dials are different, but maybe the size is slightly bigger or the lug width is slightly different. Okay, let's take a look at the dial. As you can see, not only the crystal is dome, but the dial itself it's slightly dome. I'm not sure whether you can see that clearly on the camera, but it's there, it's slightly dome. And if you look at the minute hands carefully, it's, especially on the tip here, it's slightly bent down. It's not due to the reflection of the crystal, but it's the minute hands actually, it's slightly bent to follow the curvature of the crystal and the dome. The same goes for the second hand. You can see, yeah, there's a slight bend. You can see from the reflection as well, especially on the minute hand, the reflection is slightly different because the end tip of the hand is bent. This is one of the unique features of Bambino, the band hands. So I don't think many watches out there has this kind of design. But so far, as what I have, this is the only one that has this kind of bent hand design. This is what makes the Bambino quite unique. And taking a look at the crown, it has a sign crown. All right. So for this price point, it's definitely a plus because a lot of Seikos with higher price than this, they do not come with a sign crown. And there's the case back. Let me just give it a wipey wipe. The case back is highly polished, and there's this Orient logo etched at the back. And this Bambino that I got is a made in Japan version. I'm not sure if all the Bambinos are made in Japan, but yep, this piece is made in Japan. But as far as I know, all the movements are in-house. They are made in Japan. So this one, what I have here is a grey dial. It has a slight sunburst effect, but due to the reflective dome crystal, it's kind of hard to see that. You have to have the correct lighting to see that sunburst effect, but when it shows up, it's actually quite elegant. And the Orient logo is applied. The date, it's yeah, it would be better if they could like use a dark background with a white font rather than a white background with a black font date. That will make it look even classier, I guess. And it does have quick setting. Just pull the crown, just one stop, you can. Alright, we'll take a look at the dimension of the watch here. This is a plastic caliper, so I don't have to put like tapes to prevent scratching, so I think we can go. Okay, for the diameter, we are getting around 40.5 millimeters. For the thickness, it's about 11.6 millimeters or 11.5. For the lug to lug, yep, it's about 46.6 millimeters. For the lug width, it's 21. Yep, it's 21, guys. So the lug width is actually one of my biggest complaints on the watch, besides the slightly larger diameter. With a 21 millimeter lug width, it's kind of hard to find aftermarket watch bands. It's not entirely impossible though, but it's slightly harder, and then you'll have limited choices on the bands. Alright, so let's take a look on how it fits on my 6-inch wrist. Yep, this is how it looks. To me, it looks slightly oversized. Of course, it's just my personal opinion, but most probably other people are cool with it. And as you can see, I'm actually on the last hole of the band. Yes, I have a very small wrist for a guy. Yep, it comes with a sign buckle, not too bad. It's not really deeply engraved, but it looks like some laser etching was done to it. And it sits quite thin on the wrist, so it really is a dress watch, except for the slightly larger diameter. If it's 36 or 38 millimeters, I believe it would be much better. And talking about the thickness, if you look at the overall profile of the watch, you can see that the crystal makes up almost half the entire thickness of the watch. That's one of the unique features of Bambino that makes it so popular, I guess. I guess that's all for my look at this Orient Bambino Generation 2 version 3. So if you have comments, please leave them down below. And if you like this video, if you like what I do, please subscribe to my channel. And please follow me on my Instagram, gfw_watch. And yep, see you guys on the next video. Bye.